This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today evening update for Tuesday, March 10th. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that the opposition Barbados Labour Party today hit a snag with its motion of no confidence against House Speaker Michael Carrington. Deputy Speaker, Member of Parliament for St. John, Mara Thompson, rejected the motion, ruling it as out of favour, and as such was not allowed on the floor of Parliament. In a press conference during the lunch break, opposition leader Mia Motley described the move as a blemish on the country's Parliament.
This letter therefore brings to an end today the Parliament's handling of this matter. In respect of this motion, the government and the Deputy Speaker have the power to rule it out of order. We do not agree, but that is her right to do so, and we simply say that this is now a matter for the people of Barbados. For us, it was a moral and ethical issue. For us, it is still a moral and ethical issue. And what is of particular note is that the behavior of the Speaker as an attorney at law is governed by the legal profession code of ethics rules, which is in fact the law of the land, passed as law in 1988.
Motley told reporters that her party has done all it could on the matter, and it was now up to Barbadians to decide.
I have no doubt that the people of Barbados will have the chance to be able to pass their judgment on whether this is the kind of behavior that we expect from anyone in this country, whether it is a primary school child, an adult, a pensioner, or worse still, a person in fiduciary responsibility. I've left it to the people. I'm not taking it anywhere. Once the people see what we have done on this matter, the point is we filed this motion at the earliest possible opportunity once we realized that the government, that the committee had not taken its responsibility of submitting the report with due dispatch. And had we not been on a 3-week recess, it would have been filed 2 weeks ago. But we felt that we had a duty, the government having referred it to the Committee of Privileges, that you can't opt out of a process without participating and giving them the benefit of the doubt. And we did that.
Meantime, political scientist Dr. Tennyson Joseph says the opposition erred somewhat in their stance against the Speaker. He tells Barbados Today they should never have handed the matter over to the Committee of Privileges.
And I would have suggested that, you see, there are other strategies. You see, the problem with the strategy was that you put it in the hands of somebody else. So you say you put it in the hands of the Committee of Privileges, but you have no control over the Committee of Privileges. I would have taken an approach where, because I would want to keep reminding the public that the Speaker had done this deed in relation to his client. So what I would do is perhaps whenever he walked into the House, I would take it back, or something like that. So that kind of action would be a consistent, ongoing action. And whenever he walked in and you turned your back, even if, of course, there would be a little back and forth with him telling you to face the chair. But at least once that action was taken, then the public would be reminded as to why they're taking that action.
Police are trying to find out who is responsible for the shooting of a 9-year-old boy while in the city. Police spokesman David Welch says the incident occurred around 9 a.m. on Saturday while the young boy and his family was entering a store on Swan Street. According to Welch, the boy's father, on recognizing that he was holding onto his head, took him to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, where a bullet was removed during surgery. Lawmen are appealing to anyone with information that could help them with their investigation to contact the nearest police station or police emergency at 211. A leading spokesman for the local sex industry is calling for extremely lewd and vulgar acts to be banned in strip clubs. Head of the Global Adult Industry Association, Charles Lewis, also known as Charlie Spice, made the call agreeing with the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mark Thompson, that such acts were degrading and stripped women of their dignity. In a statement, Charles made it clear that clubs must have tasteful, exotic, and erotic dancing performed by true adult entertainment professionals. He is also adamant that there be no type of sexual act performed on the premises, and anyone who does not adhere to this should be removed from the club. In other news, Barbados and its Caribbean neighbors must stop dodging the issue of healthcare financing. Delivering a lecture last evening at the Grand Salle, Chief Executive Officer of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, Dr. Dexter James, says there's too much inertia by governments on the critical issue when so much is at stake.
The gains that the Caribbean has made in terms of immunization levels, good maternal and child health, will be lost and eroded if we do not address this question of healthcare financing. It is no longer an option. It is really an imperative for us today.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
West Indies all-rounder Kieron Pollard is calling it quits. According to Trinidad and Tobago cricket officials, Pollard informed the board that he will be taking an indefinite break from first-class cricket. The confirmation came shortly after Pollard took 5 for 36 for Trinidad and Tobago in a 175-run loss against the Windward Islands in the WICB Professional Cricket League yesterday at the National Cricket Centre in Couva. To news from the region, former St. Kitts Nevis Prime Minister Dr. Denzel Douglas says reports that his U.S. visa has been revoked are bogus. A document bearing the image of Dr. Douglas with a passport in the background and a stamp marked revoked has been making the rounds in the country. But Dr. Douglas said he does not or ever has possessed such a document. In more news from the region, Dino Baltazar, the son of Suriname's President Desi Baltazar, was sentenced to over 16 years behind bars. A United States court today handed down the ruling for the 42-year-old after he pleaded guilty to charges that he tried to offer a home base in the Dutch-speaking Caribbean country to the Lebanese parliamentary group Hezbollah last August. The younger Baltazar has also admitted to drug trafficking and firearm charges. On the international scene, the Ivory Coast former First Lady was today sentenced to 20 years behind bars for her role in the violence following the 2010 elections. The 65-year-old had been charged with undermining state security. Her husband, the former president, is awaiting trial at the International Criminal Court. More than 3,000 people died in the violence that followed the presidential poll after the ex-leader refused to accept defeat. That's our Barbados Today evening update, but we will be back again at 7 tomorrow morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 Online TV, as well as Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Fenella Wedderburn. Have a great evening.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? #sexy